Hi, this is Uncle David back again. We've been spending several days after coming back from General Conference, preparing the airplane, preparing our load, weighing everything, making sure the weight and balance and the weights were okay for the trip. And now we're ready. The plane is loaded, but we're just missing one piece of equipment. It doesn't look like UPS knows exactly where it is. It's a very important piece of equipment that we can't leave behind, so I'm just waiting till it arrives and praying that it will arrive shortly. The reason that I'm recording this is because before I go, I really need to share something with you. I could leave, I could let it ride, but now that I have an extra day to wait, I thought that it would be very important for you to know the following. I can only share some basic principles and some basic information. I cannot share details even though I am aware of the details. I've been talking to some friends in very, very high places, placed in the financial world, also in the federal government as well. And I need to let you know that things are happening in the world today. Right now in the financial world here in North America and the US, probably including Europe, there are some very large decisions being made. The very wealthy people are moving their funds. Governments are moving funds right now, and they're positioning themselves, and the appearances are that for later this year there is intended to be some very drastic measures that will affect a lot of people negatively, a lot of suffering. Of course, you know my opinion already that God is in control, and nothing will happen without God's permission. I'm not able to forecast a date. I'm not able to even suggest that it will happen, because God can intervene and God holds the reins of control. The enemy is handcuffed. But the angels are releasing the winds and preparations are being made, and it fits into the harmony with 2001, 2008, 2015. A lot of indicators, and even if those indicators didn't exist, the decisions and the financial movements being made today give every indication that later this year, from September on, there will probably be some drastic situations that will affect the ability of most people to move their money. Without sharing details, I don't have to share too many details. For most people with a little bit of intelligence and knowledge can tell something is about to happen. This is not, it's one of those warnings again that didn't happen last year and the year before. This is not the same thing. I am only informing that the wealthy and the powerful are moving funds today, rapidly, as fast as possible. Large amounts are being transferred. I don't know the details of where. I just know funds are being moved out and positioned in other places outside of the US. What does this tell us? It is a warning sign. It is something that we need to be aware of, because many of us, especially God's people, have resources. They would like to someday make some decisions of what to do with them, be it pay off a home, maybe it's sell a house, a property, and move out. We're not trying to move out into the mountains and the hills. No, that's not what God is calling us to do at this time. But certainly if you live in a city, this may be one of the last chances you have to be able to position yourself and live outside the city, like last day events, the Spirit of Prophecy has clearly indicated we should do. Living outside. If you have to sell something in a city, if you have to move out to another place, God will show you. The details of what you should do are written in black and white. You do not need my advice or anybody else's advice to know what to do. God will show you. He's already told you what to do. The most important part is, it's time. If you're going to do it, what you must do quickly. If you have funds, cash, paper is going to maybe apparently take a very drastic downturn. Anything in paper, be it stocks, bonds, cash, whatever, it needs to be put into what you believe God wants you to put it in. Some people are putting it into God's work, funding missionaries and mission work, evangelism. Other people are trying to pay their bills and become debt-free. Others are relocating to places, buying properties that are appropriate, located outside of the cities, but an appropriate place where you're not looking in a neighbor's window and where they're not looking in yours, but a place where you have fruit trees. You may have some other agriculture around you. Maybe your neighbors are all farmers. Those kind of things. If you have cash, if you have documents, if you have financial instruments, I am suggesting to you that the time might have arrived now, due to the symptoms, that it is time to get rid of paper and put into something serious. Certainly, I'm not suggesting another investment strategy. Put it into gold, put it into, I am not suggesting. I am saying that anything we have that has a value that we want to use as currency, we may lose, including minerals. The best thing we can do right now is to go to God and say, Lord, show me, what do I do with what I have? And if we ask Him, Last Day Event says, He will show us when and how to sell. So go to God and ask Him. I'm just letting you know what other people are doing. Powerful and wealthy people are moving resources out of the country. And we know that the Pope's visit is coming in September. We know he's addressing Congress. This Pope is not wasting time. He's moving very rapidly. There are indications, possibly, that his own sister says he changed personality after a few days. He had a spiritual experience and is not her brother anymore. There's another personality controlling him. It could be that he is possessed by a spiritual power that is directing him what to do. It's very probable that's the case. And he's not wasting time. He's moving very fast. And whatever he's able to do, of course, is with God's permission. But should we be sleeping at this time? Absolutely not. This is a time to make decisions. And you have a few months. God graciously has given us enough warning systems, an early warning system, that we can make some decisions now. We can still buy, we can still sell, we still have the use of our financial instruments. I'm going to be giving a further update on our trip. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'm going to be uploading as I go along. This airplane's going to make stops in Atlanta for some radio work, then Miami, on to Puerto Rico, Martinique, Grenada, Guyana, Brazil, Bolivia, and until we finally reach our destination in Bolivia. And if you're interested in mission aviation or just want to see the kind of life Uncle David leads, you're going to be able to follow me in that. I'm going to do my best to keep you updated, and you can watch what is happening in the progress. And also, if you want to watch me as I travel live on the internet, you can do that by just typing in www.tinyurl.com/UncleDavidSpot. We'll put it on your screen so you can recognize it. You can follow the plane as it flies, or you can see where I have been flying, and so on. We make that available to the public for those that are interested in seeing the mission or where we go forward. Every one of our pilots is able to be traced that way. If something happens to the airplane, we know where the airplane is, where it went down. Lord willing, that won't happen now. We have two engines to be able to carry us over the water in the jungles. But I'll be really anxious to have your prayers, and I hope that this little focus has helped you to wake up and, with the Lord's help, make the right decisions, moving your assets while you still have time. God bless you. I'll give you further updates.